Right, we're off and running, bro. We're here.
We're here.
The first one of 2026. It's been a while.
It has. We've recovered and rejuvenated.
It's mental, innit? Mental. But I was trying to write something what obviously we'd start speaking about today. And I was like trying to just review, like captivate what's actually gone on since the new year. And I was in a bit of bewilderment, if I'm completely honest with you. And I wrote this down. I just put, he'd won. Liverpool are still crap. City are weird. And Arsenal I've actually forgotten about.
Yeah. I was looking at the results for the last 3 weeks. I'm like, no one wants to win the league.
What's up with them all?
Arsenal gets a chance to go bloody 15 odd in front over the last 3 weeks, and they're still 7 in front.
It's mental, isn't it? And then Villa of all people, who could have even like gone over City. They could have gone over City if they'd have won the other day, wouldn't they? Yeah. Just decided, let's not bother. And now, apparently, according to Emery, are not a top 5 side, but they sat in third.
What'd they do? 0-0 draw with Villa. With Palace, Villa Palace, 0-0 draw.
Yeah. And then they've just lost, though, didn't they? They lost against Everton.
Yeah.
At home.
Just mental.
It makes me laugh. And you know, all the excuses that come out. So obviously, Emery wasn't really coming out of excuses as such, but he's giving it the a little bit like, what's he called, Glasner the other day. So he's saying we've been abandoned. Well, what's he called? Emery did something very similar. And I'm like, what they on about? Like, do you know the way, like some managers now, football managers now, they're coming out with all these excuses. Like, so you've had the Amarin guy has been sacked after ballooning. What's he called? Maresca at Chelsea, same thing with him. Then you've got Glasner coming out. Now you've got Emery coming out, and you're thinking, hang on a minute, guys, you are employed to just do a job. Just crack on with it. Stop fucking moaning and just get on with it.
Yeah, just every excuse under the sun. It's just, mate, it's football.
What do you think they're coming like? So if you were one of them football managers, no, so that's 4 we've just listed off, who've all done a similar sort of thing, moaning their heads off, but basically what they're doing is they're casting blame on somebody else. Let's be honest, why are they doing that? Do they want to get sacked, or already just trying to pass the buck and say, listen, if the shit hits the fan and we don't win the next games or what have you, it weren't my fault, it were that. And do you reckon they're just teeing it up?
Yeah, I reckon it's a combination of both. I mean, you look at the contracts they get paid out for being sacked, and you go, well, I can be paid the same for not doing this job. So I might as well, line up a few excuses, have them ready to go. That's
do you know what? If you had your school days again, you know what you say, like, we'd all have loved to have been a pro baller, wouldn't we? Whether it's football, basketball, whatever it is, you'd have all loved to be a pro baller. But actually, I think now, most people just try and be a football manager, because you don't, even if you're not good at football, you can still be a football manager. And even if you're shit at that, you still get paid 10 mil.
That's it. That's
not a bad job, is it?
Oh, it's fucking brilliant.
I reckon I could manage every team anywhere, like in any league. I don't think it'd be that difficult.
No, it's not one of the top flight teams either. Oh, you've got $500 million to buy a team. All right, I'll buy one.
Have you ever played Championship Manager? It's just that, innit? You know, but in real life, innit?
Yeah. You just don't have to do the press conference after.
I'd love that. I'd absolutely.
That'd be my favourite.
I tell you what, then, right? So if you was in them press conferences and whatnot, and they go in, would you just go in just to wind people up? As in, I know that a lot of them are going with emotion at the minute and they're all getting upset. Would you just go in and think, I'm just going to fuck shit up here and just see what happens in the papers tomorrow?
And if I get a fine, who cares? I'm earning 10 mil. What are you going to fine me? 20,000? I'm all right.
Yeah, exactly. And if I get sacked, I'll just do it again and do more. And just keep getting more in it. Oh, it makes me laugh. But I wanted to actually ask you the question, though, now, from your point of view, and obviously your team, Liverpool, your manager's not doing fantastically well, or not getting the rave reviews that he was sort of last year. But was he really last year? Because obviously, even when they were doing well, people were still saying, well, it's Klopp's team. It's not his team, it's Klopp's team. Now, this year, they're saying, well, he spent all this money, he's done all these things, and they don't like him. From an outsider looking in, I'm thinking, well, the majority of Liverpool fans, I think, would get rid of him. What do you think?
Yeah, look, it's a tough one because I think we've spoke about before. You get rid of someone, you got to have someone who's going to be better, ready to go. Otherwise, you're just on a merry-go-round. Um, Alonso's available. Is that who we go for?
Would you take him? Like, be honest now. I mean, would you sack Slot to get Alonso?
I think at this point in time, yes.
Yeah.
I think, we're on an unbeaten run, but we're not on a win streak. We just keep drawing with everyone. And, the Arsenal draw was good, and we didn't have a shot on goal, but we held the league leaders to a 0-0 draw. And then we go and have a draw with Burnley. Like,
it's mad that though. Like, even you saying that, like, we got a draw against the league leaders. Fair play. You're the champions.
Exactly.
It's madness to even think
to
of it
walk
like
away
that.
with a draw on that felt like a win. Which is, so for that point, I would, if Alonso's available for Liverpool, I'd probably bite the bullet now. Because what's the alternative? We ride the season out, we have a bit of a slump, we finish outside the top 4, we don't make Champions League, and then we sack him.
It's going to be catastrophic for Liverpool, though, if they don't get into that Champions League, innit? Like, catastrophic.
Absolutely. As we've talked about before, even the seasons where they haven't been going great in the Premier League, they've always had a great run at the Champions League, and those Anfield nights have rejuvenated the fans. But if we miss that, and we're looking for a best bet to win the Carabao Cup in 2027, then we're on struggle street there.
Yeah, you are. Like, the shit's hitting the fan then, innit?
Yeah.
So, when do you play? You play, is it tomorrow?
Sunday morning. Yeah, for Champions League. Yeah, Marseille tomorrow morning.
So you got I think a lot rides on that game just from Liverpool feeling. I think Slot. I think because you don't get knocked out now, will you? You'll still qualify as such for the next part, but it sort of determines your ranking within that, doesn't it?
I think it determines whether we're 8th or 9th, and that is the determination between whatever pot you go in and where you fit in the draw. So it's huge.
I think a lot rides on that. Honestly, I think if Liverpool lose that game, I think the fans will be massively calling for him to go. I think, and fan power at the minute, I think is rife. I think it's big because even with United and all with this stuff with the managers and stuff, fan power is coming back a little bit. I don't think it's massive because they're still thinking about the pounds, shillings, and pence, these owners. But I think fan power now, they're realising, without fans, you've got nothing.
Yeah, you think about if the fans get the shits on with the manager, and they go, well, I'm not going to go to the game. I'm not going to buy the next jersey. I'm not going to. And it flows on.
It does.
And the revenue in that must be huge. You hear about transfer fees, massive transfer fees happening, and then they've recouped it in a week with jersey sales.
I know. That's what they're doing now, isn't it? That is exactly what they're doing now.
So, the fan power is a big part of it. If you're not filling your stadium, then and you're not getting the big TV rights games because you're down the table, the income's low.
Yeah, you're on shit street, really, aren't you? You're on crap street. Why can I not find Liverpool's game
for Champions League?
Yeah,
let's have a look on little ESPN. That's where the source.
Where in the heck is it?
And then they play again Sunday in the Premier League. So we've got a quick turnaround there coming back, which is, adds more pressure.
Yeah. Oh, it's nice, though. For us, it's 7 o'clock in the morning, that game.
Yeah.
Great.
Yeah. Perfect.
We don't have to set our alarms for stupid times then for once.
Yeah.
So that's
their Sunday game's 4:30 a.m., which is...
Who've they got on Sunday?
Bournemouth.
Oh, right.
At Bournemouth.
Do you know what? Right, honestly, now, I'm not confident. I'm not confident of Liverpool beating anyone.
No, me either.
And I say that in a weird way. Like, obviously, I do like Liverpool, because when I was the first actual club I supported, I was brought up a Liverpool fan until I was 10 year old, and then got to watch Bolton. But watching Liverpool, I do always want them to win unless they're playing Bolton.
Yeah.
But when I watch them, they're boring. Like, they're very
Mm.
boring at the minute, really boring. But I'm not convinced. Like, teams don't beat Liverpool. Liverpool beat themselves. If you
Yeah.
watch the games, like, and they'll go, "Oh, this player played well," and all that for the other team. But if you watch it properly, they don't necessarily get beat. They beat themselves. They pass the ball they make it so easy for teams. It is unbelievable. There's no hustle, there's no energy, there's no excitement. It's just going through the motion. It's predictable. You know, the people like Gakpo and stuff like that, you know exactly what he's going to do. I look at that team and I think to myself, like Bolton, we were never an amazing team, right? But we won matches and we made it difficult. In our heyday, we were drawing at Bayern Munich and stuff like that. We had JJ Okocha, who was a flair player. Everyone else just got stuck in.
Yeah.
Hustled and grafted and put the energy about. Kevin Davies up front hardly scored any goals, but no defender, not one defender liked playing against him. If you're playing, and I was a defender when I could play myself, right? When I was a defender, if you've got someone who's hustling you, badging you out the way, making life difficult for you, even if he doesn't score, you think, fucking hell, that hard work.
Yeah.
Whereas if you're playing against Liverpool, there's no one anywhere where I think he's causing someone a problem. Even whether it's a defender, an attacker, a midfield, no one's hassling anyone. No one's grabbing the shirt or having a go. I think it's just easy.
Yeah. I couldn't
I think
agree
no
more.
bunch of wet wipes.
Yeah, and it's the passing isn't crisp. Like under Klopp, when we were fucking flying, like it was just crisp passing. Now it's this soft ball where you're making your mate who's receiving the pass do more work than he needs to, which puts pressure on the next pass after that. And we've had, like, that game against Burnley was just woeful second half. They were just terrible. Yeah, it was just a hard watch.
But they've been like that, honestly. I think they've been like that all season. They'll have, say, 5 or 10 minutes where you think, right, brilliant, that's good. But that's it. A game's 90 frigging minutes, for Christ's sake. And that's what Liverpool actually, under Klopp and even last season, they just played for 90 minutes. It was a bit like basketball, a little bit how they played. But it was good. It was quality to watch. It was exciting. Yeah, it's rock and roll, heavy metal football and all that. But do you know what I think it was? Very simple.
Yeah.
It was just simple. And I think that's the problem with Dutch managers. If you look at the Ten Hags, Van Gaal, Slot now, they're very, very technical. Like, it worked in Spain and stuff like that. I don't think it does work here. I think it's over exaggerated. There's too much information for them. It's like, I just think to myself, these lot are all top players. Liverpool have got a load of amazing players. Stick them around there. You don't need to overload them with information. Go out there, enjoy yourself. It's a bit like Mike Bassett. Get that ball and stick it in the back of the net.
That's it.
It's kind of, I don't think it needs to be over-egged. I think it's too much for them.
Yeah. Look, at the core, football is a very simple game, isn't it? Pass the ball, move, get it back, find some space, kick it in the big net.
That's it. Dead easy. Told you we could be managers.
Yeah, like that'd be my talk before the game to the team.
You lump it up there.
Yeah, you get it, you pass it, find some space, kick it in that big hole.
That's another one. Liverpool, back in the day, they used to have a song or like a saying: Liverpool pass and move. It's the Liverpool groove.
Yeah,
they don't even pass and move. And do you know another thing I've noticed as well?
They don't move.
Pass and he moves. Yeah. Another simple thing in football is find space, pass it into space, right? I've been watching Liverpool lately. They don't pass to anyone in space. They'll pass when a guy's got 2 or 3 people around him and go as if it's like, what you're trying to do. And if they passed it to him and he flicked it around them 3, then somebody else is in space.
Yeah,
and they go,
then there's 3 players.
Someone on the other side, like, spread the ball. Like, I can see him. I mean, it's easy on telly. And I can see him a mile off. You think, he's got loads of space. He's in acres of space, and they'll pass it to someone with 3 men around him. And I think, what are you doing?
Yeah.
And on that note, I'm going to go on to our mates, Man United. I mean, My first thing for that is they've just done exactly all for me. Carrick, all he's done is he's gone back to the old Man United DNA overnight, but basically said, get out there, enjoy it, and do your job. Just do what you are good at. Put everyone in. Instead of putting square pegs in round holes, instead of overcomplicating it and saying, tell you what, when you get this, look here, do this, think that. An exam before you pass the ball. He's just gone, go out there, enjoy it. I want to get from our line to that line as quick as you possibly can, and you'll get a chance. For me, he just cut every bit of bullshit out and just kept it simple. And look at and that, as much as it pains to see for me to say it, was an enjoyable football game. I had to pretend it didn't have a red top on and that, but an enjoyable football game. But it was the old Man United for me. That like the DNA of just go out and do it, enjoy it, and get excitement.
Yeah, and to do it to City, like not, it wasn't like he took over and he's playing the Wolves.
No,
and they get a win and the fans are pumped. Like you beat City,
and they beat him proper. They It could have been 5 or 6. Like I was looking at them 2 offsides that got given again. So for me, it could have been if someone pressed the button a millisecond. Earlier, it could have been onside. If there was no VAR, they probably both would have been given anyway. And I hate VAR, but that's another story. But it could have. They deserved to win it, United.
Yeah, they did. 100%. They deserved that.
They deserved it. They played, and it was a good watch like that. Fernandes in that position. Fuck me, him and that Mbeumo, you could see. They were arguing at one point, and I thought, oh bloody hell, why are they arguing? But I thought. That's positive arguments in between mates, and they were like, you could see how much they wanted it, that attitude and design. I thought I respected that. I hate United, but I respected that part of it. I thought fair fucks.
And like I said, it's like no one wants to win this league. City win that, and they're 4 behind Arsenal with 14 games to go, which you'd
back City
really
then,
start
wouldn't you?
shitting yourself. And they lose and stay 7. Like. Incredible. Absolutely
mental.
Incredible.
Absolutely.
Who they got this week?
Who said?
Well, City got Wolves. United Arsenal this week. So
I don't back anyone to beat anyone at the minute. I don't know whether we if you look at when United were winning a league and the Chelseas and the Arsenals back in the day, they were winning it with a lot less points of what they have done in the last sort of 5, 6, 7 years. I think we've forgotten that there was a lot of competition out there. I remember when Newcastle bottled it against United all those years ago. Really, at this point, Newcastle had won it.
Yeah.
They'd won the league at this point in the season, and you're going, well, they're going to win it. And they didn't. And that would have beauty the game. If you watch really old ones, so even in the 80s and 90s, you could have people at the top of the league at this point, and they don't win it. And you're like, if you watch the old Premier League golden years or something like that, and you're going, that's the beauty of it, is that anyone can do it. But now they've run away, so Liverpool ran away with it last year. Arsenal are running away with it this year. But all under that, all that competition, it is actually great to see.
Yeah, it's fantastic. But, this could be a real shake-up this weekend because Arsenal play United. It's at Arsenal, but you imagine they're a little worried after United come out and knock City off. You'd assume City are going to beat the Wolves, which puts them 4 behind. If United knock Arsenal over, or even a draw, the gap shortens again.
It gets interesting again, doesn't it?
Yeah.
I tell you, but there's loads of teams that are knocking about. I think it's a really exciting time for the league. Actually, the quality of football has gone down. I'll be honest. I think the actual quality of games at the minute is like that United game. I enjoyed it because it was the first one for ages that I'd seen where someone with really having a go.
There was some boring ones
with
last
quality,
weekend.
Unfortunately, because Fernandes is quality. It was an enjoyable football match to watch, but a lot of them have just been a bit drab, aren't they?
Yeah. Well, the Wolves Newcastle, I saw bits of that 0-0 draw.
If you've paid money for that, you're fuming, aren't you?
Yeah, it was just painful to watch.
Do you know what I think they should do? If I'd get rid of 0-0s, like something they should consider in the future. I mean, the Americans are in now, and the Americans own these leagues and all that, and they're making it Americanized anyway. But because it is entertainment, if you go to a 0-0 game and you go home, you're like 0-0. Like even 1-1, 2-1, at least one of you scored, and then you celebrate.
You've got to cheer once.
It cheers something. At 0-0, you've cheered nothing, really, have you? So really, if it's 0-0, they should just have like, I don't know, someone like take a, I don't know, have a five-a-side. Like, you
Or
have to
just
do 6 players.
keep playing, and every minute a player has to come off from each side and end up 1-on-1.
But the other team gets to choose who comes off the other team.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? That'd be pretty funny.
So you've got a maximum of 11 minutes.
Yeah.
Extra time. And then it'd be great if it was keeper v keeper.
Oh, it'd be hilarious, wouldn't it? But do you know what? We shouldn't joke about it, because if an American like owner hears about that and they go,
do you remember the Americans? They wouldn't let any game finish in a draw, so they had the shootout, but they used to dribble it from halfway.
Yeah, do you remember that one? That was that not done in a World Cup or something at one point? Oh no, it was done in the MLS, wasn't it?
In the MLS, yeah.
Yeah. It's actually quite funny if you watch it back. It's funny as anything. 1v1, isn't it?
Yeah.
I just think it's quite cool.
Proper whacked. It was proper.
It's a bit like that Baller League. Have you seen that? Baller League.
No, I haven't seen Baller League.
Matt, it's like what the YouTubers and all that have started, but you've got like old. So Ian Wright has just won it. He was the manager of a team. Right. John Terry, who's a manager of another. Mika Richards of another. And then this Baller League. But you have to. It's weird. Like it's a game of football, like a 5-a-side type or 7-a-side, something like that. But then you win sort of mad things that you can choose for the next. It's weird. It's proper mad.
I'm going to look that up.
It's pretty funny, actually. Like it looks pretty funny, but bless them. They come up with some weird and wonderfuls, don't they?
Absolutely.
So with that in mind, I want to ask about managers again as well. With United, all these ex-players were saying don't give Carrick the job long term and that.
Yeah.
What would you? What's your, like, being an outsider looking in and not being swayed by being a Liverpool fan? But if you were a United fan now, would you consider having a Carrick long term? If he does really well, if he gets them in the Champions League, are you considering him as a long term, or is it a definite no? No matter what he does, even if he wins every game, he still doesn't get the job.
Yeah, I think you got to let him ride the season out as the interim and assess it from there. You see what, and it's not so much whether you win every game; it's whether you bring the fabric of the club back. And I think we've talked about this before. Is that's what United's lacked for a long time now? Is they went away from being Man United. So you go, and I think Klopp's big thing with Liverpool was obviously he was a great manager, but it was his man management that was the key. So you have a look at Carrick and you go, if he can get the best out of every one of those players for the rest of the season and go, maybe not win every game, but win 90% of them, get them in the Champions League, then you've got to have a serious look at that and go, even put him on a short-term deal so you're not wasting money if he flops. Put him on a 2-year. See how he goes. It can't get worse for them.
I think, do you know what? I actually would more, if they'd have gone Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, that would complete the wrong decision.
Yeah.
As much as they say he did, because he did well at first and did whatever. Yeah. He was a shit manager, him. I don't care what anyone says.
Back to an
weak. He is not a leader. He was a United legend for scoring as a substitute, right? If you listen to him, he's not a leader. He's not one where you go, oh, yeah, let's follow him into battle and like we're running through rings. He hasn't got that personality for me that's like that. I just don't, like with all the... I don't know. I think he was living on the back of scoring as a substitute and stuff. Other people might say different, but I just don't rate him as a manager. And what's he done since he left United, right? As a manager, nothing. So going back to him, I just think was pathetic, really. A stupid idea. But Carrick, as a football player himself, he was highly underrated. For me, I think he's highly underrated. He's the one player that if you'd have put him in the England setup, if you put him as your first name on the team sheet, he would have never been the first name. But if you had and said, right, we're going to build a team around him, he would have been the one player where you could have got the Gerrard, Scholes, Lampard in front of him and won everything. Right? He's the one player that would have fixed that or allowed you to have the big three, if you like, and then Rooney or whatever it is. But he would have allowed something else different. So he would have done the jobs that those three, the sort of highlighters, the headliners, would have been able to run off with. He would have done that. He was an ultra classy player, very, very clever. So there's a difference, isn't there? There's skillful players and there's clever footballers. He was the closest thing for me. I'll get probably shot down for this. People will probably tell us in the comments how full of shit I am or something. But he's the closest thing to an Andrea Pirlo from an English point of view.
Yeah, right. Big call, but I can see where you're coming from.
I'm not saying he's as good as a Pirlo. I'm saying he's as close as an English version to that. Because the Scholes is not. Scholes were fantastic. Gerrard, fantastic. Lampard, they're not the mould of a Pirlo. He's got that sort of silkiness where he can sit like a quarterback type, a bit silkier. Do you know what I mean? But I think that sort of mind in a managerial role suits it. I think the way he was a football, way he read football, I think he suits that. I'm not saying he should be managing United now off one game, but I wouldn't write him off either.
Yeah, and I think, as I said before, I think you got to bring someone back. If you're going to do an ex-player, they have to be one from the glory years of United to understand why that was that way, and bring that fabric back to what they do. Because you're bringing in all these overseas managers who have only ever watched what United did through those glory years, but they were, to be part of it would have been a whole different ball game.
No, but I think that's why. I mean, I like Keane. I like Keane as a football player who was fantastic. Man after my own heart. He wasn't the most skillful player in the world, but he got in there, and his heart and his desire and his work ethic made him even better than what his skill was, if you like. I think he's great as a pundit, but I think he would have been the wrong decision to come in as a manager because he'd have just fucked shit up. Yeah. You know what I mean? Yeah. He's gone from that. But I would probably have him there as an advisor or something, maybe, but not as a manager. No way. But I think what Carrick's done well is he's got players like, or ex-players and things like Woodgate with him, Jonathan Woodgate, who for me he could have been the best defender ever. I mean, if you actually look at Jonathan Woodgate in his career, when he was at Leeds, he went to Real Madrid. If it wasn't for injuries, that lad would have been scary good. Scary good. A fantastic footballer. Again, knows the game. He was very clever with it as well. And he's with Woodgate, with Carrick, and he did well at Middlesbrough, I think it was. Then you've got Steve Holland, who was part of the England setup. Just a bit of a steady Eddie for him to help him out. Probably a bit more, someone to mentor them and guide them a little bit as an outsider. I think that's a really good way of looking at it. I don't think it's anything to do with Gareth Southgate being looked at in the future because that's his mate. I don't think it's for that because I think the fans, he doesn't suit United. United just want the entertainment, so he doesn't suit it. But Steve Holland seems to be a good coach. So I think they've got something good there, United. The interesting thing is going to be this next game. Yeah. I actually think playing City and Arsenal is brilliant for them because they will raise the game. They raise the game against City. They'll raise the game against Arsenal, and it's sort of like the old boys. You get one over on City, you get one over on Arsenal. This is a clear message. You get one over on these two, you're back. You're back, baby. That's the only thing you really need to say. Now, as long as they don't get trounced against Arsenal and they show up and do, put the effort in again, I think the fans would be happy because they're not expecting too much, are they? But they are expecting them to show up. Yeah.
Well, I mean, they're sitting fifth now, a point behind Liverpool.
And that's a scary
so the fans would be like, we're a chance of Champions League now. And I don't know where their run is after Arsenal. Let's have a quick look. What have they got? They got Fulham after that.
Well, that's that's the one that's interesting for me. And Spurs are shy. But the Fulham game is the interesting one for me with United because I fully expect. If I'm honest about the City game, I don't know where I expected them to be or do or turn up or not. They could quite easily turn up and get trounced United in that game. But I did have a sneaky feel because they did it last time with Amorim, I think it was. They beat City on his first game. So with it being rivals, you can get that extra 10% as such. Have City sort of gone into that game thinking, well, this lot of shit, so we can take it. I don't know, but I'll give United the credit that I think they deserve in that game. I think they get the same feeling with Arsenal, and they've got the buzz that they've done it against City. So let's do the same against Arsenal. You've got a good chance. Let's do it. Fulham one for me is an interesting one because that's the one where you go, United are not the underdogs against teams like that. And then your mentality changes. Do they walk into that? If they beat Arsenal or even get a draw against Arsenal, so they go, we've just beat City. We've just drawn or beat the league leaders. Get cocky. Walk into the game against Fulham and then it's like
completely fuck it up.
And then fuck shit. And then you're like, idiot. Like, you can't, you don't know, obviously, and that's the beauty of football, but that's kind of where, that's the game what will be the telling one where Carrick has installed something. Because that's where, at Ferguson eras, they wouldn't have lost against the Fulham.
Yeah.
They just would not have lost.
100%.
And that to me will be the telling game, I think.
Big time.
Unless Arsenal beat them 5-0 or something.
Yeah, and then they'll be happy with a draw against Fulham after that.
10 men behind ball again. It's done, innit? So, right.
Interesting times.
The only other thing I wanted to cover as well was transfers. Like,
just City bought everyone that everyone else.
That's what I mean. Like, I don't get it. So they've still got all these charges in that. I heard a thing the other day. I don't know if it was the Semenyo signing or the Gahey one. I think it's the Gahey one. Well, since they've had 115 charges against them, they've signed 115 players.
Yeah.
I think it's just like, what do you call it? Just like part and parcel of it. But it's quite funny. It's like as if they go, right, we'll not sign anyone else now. We've done the 115 just to take the piss.
Yeah. Yeah.
I think that's hilarious.
But yeah, like, you know, as we spoke about, Gay was pretty much at Liverpool.
I didn't see that. Even when people were saying he's going to City, I'm thinking, nah.
Yeah.
I thought it's done. I thought my feeling was he'd signed something behind the scenes that he was just going to go to Liverpool anyway.
Yeah.
But where were Liverpool? Where were they coming from with that? What do you think?
I don't know. Like it didn't even feel like through the media that they were involved in anything further. I don't know whether there was this, well, you need to come to us mentality.
Why have they done that though?
It makes no sense, especially given how flimsy our defences looked recently. And he's clearly the best defender on the market. And he signed for 15 million quid less than what Liverpool were going to sign him for the beginning of the season. I mean, he's getting, I read somewhere, I think he's getting 300 a week.
Yeah, not bad, is it?
Yeah, it's bloody good going. It's probably more than he was getting at Palace, but, you know. And then they get Semenyo as well. Like,
and again, we said it on here. I thought Semenyo he was definitely going to Liverpool again. They're very shrewd, the Liverpool guys, though, like Hughes and things like that. And a few of these, I'm saying that in bated breath because a few of the signings have not worked out, right? But hear me out on this, right? Ekitike, brilliant player. He's only going to get better as well. I like his ethic. I like the way he is. He's actually hit the ground running. You can see him. There's something in him, and you can't say that's a bad signing. That's a good quality.
Yeah, he's a good quality signing.
Verts, fantastic player. Very, very skillful. Just not being used correctly. I mean, he's coming into his own now.
Yeah, last 6 or 7 games, he's
been brilliant. And it's not that he particularly played bad at the beginning. I just think he was used wrong. And I don't think his team knew it was. Now he's finding his feet a little bit. You can see it in him. And he probably needs to do it a little bit more in a game, as in, not disappear out of a game. But he's definitely just going to get better. That is a player that. So I actually like that signing. Did he pay too much stuff? I mean, what? That's the way it is. But I think
the market, isn't it?
He just needs someone to say, like, I would play Ekitike with Verts just behind. Go 4-4-2 me, or 4-1-3, whatever it is. But I would basically try a 4-4-2 type scenario for Liverpool with a 4-4-1-1 as such, because I think him and Ekitike together will be fucking brilliant. But then you look at the Frimpong, been injured in and out and all that. But I look at him and I go, well, people thought they were signing him as a right back. He ain't a right back. He ain't even. I don't know. Like, he's very fast, very good. He's got that sort of, when Sterling were sort of on fire, he's got that sort of about him. But he's weak. he's like a little child.
Yeah.
If you
And
were
he
playing
can't
against him, would he
cross a
scare you?
ball
Other,
for
other than if you
shit.
just don't give him space, kick
Yeah.
it, like, he just wouldn't bother me. So I don't care.
Mhm.
Like, you just
Yeah.
buff him up, wouldn't you? If
Yeah.
you're honest.
Mate, there's no point getting to that ball first if you can't cross it.
No, exactly. And he can't. His final ball, it's like
It's
it's
just
like a child. It's like
Yeah.
a kid kicking a ball, and I'm like, put your fucking foot through it.
Yeah.
Like, it's
Yeah, so he
him.
hasn't turned out.
I'm not convinced. I think he's a lovely guy. If you watch him in interviews, oh, nice guy.
Yeah.
So what? I want him
Yeah.
to win football matches. I want him to have. And he rolls around up floor. No wonder, because you're half the side like an hobbit. You know what I mean? And then you've got Kirkes. I think he is shocking. I honestly think he is the worst left back I have ever seen. He is crap.
Yeah.
He is crap. Like, he runs around, he's energetic, and he's like, "Ugh," and all that.
Yeah.
He's crap. He doesn't
Yeah.
know what he's doing.
And then he
does
has
not know
these
what he's doing.
he has these little moments of brilliance where you're like, oh, maybe that's about to kick through, but it must just be a fluke, because then he goes back to just being rubbish.
Yeah.
And the fact that we signed him to replace, Andy Robinson is what, and then you're having to start Andy Robinson again.
No.
And
I don't rate him. I do not.
Now Connor Bradley's gone.
I'm not even sure if that Kirkes is gonna get better. Like the others, even with Verts, there's something in him where you knew straight away, even when it wasn't going so well, you just like, he's fucking got him. Like, you just knew it. That Kirkes, I'm not convinced he gets any better than this.
Nah,
I honestly don't.
He's at
Usually
his
you can
ceiling.
see, like Frimpong, I can see something in him where I go, there's a hope that he's just going to get better. I mean, they need to probably work on his leg muscles or something so he can kick it a bit further, right? And he's scored and stuff like that. So and he's got to get into it. He's been injured, so I'm sort of giving him a bit. But I think there's something there. But that Kirkes, I don't see anything in him where I go, wow, this guy's going to be the next electrifying left back. I mean, he might. Now that I've said it, he'll go and be the world beater. But I just don't. I don't see it in him.
Yeah.
And then when you've got the problem with Liverpool is you've got Van Dijk, who I think is gone. He can ping a pass fantastically, like Rudel it, but he can't defend anymore. He can't. He's given just as many mistakes as Canate, but Canate is getting all the shit for it. But Canate getting the shit rightly so as well. But he can't pass. He can actually tackle, but then gives it back to him.
Yeah.
So what's the point in doing the tackle at the
he wasted energy.
Do you know what I mean? The best player Liverpool have had it, if you ask me, because he actually gives out and is out, has been Connor Bradley, who can't stay fit.
Yeah, and he's gone for the rest of the season, which now leaves the right back spot empty. So you need to put Frimpong back there because you don't want to keep putting Szoboszlai back there because he's probably the player of the season for Liverpool.
Yeah, he is. Yeah,
you don't want to take
he's
him.
Messed up a couple of times in the last couple of games, but come on, like he's been.
You don't want to take him out of your midfield again. And pride will say, "There's no fucking way Trent Alexander-Arnold's coming back."
I know.
You made your bed, go fucking lie in it, mate.
I know. But there'll be other right backs out there and stuff, And do you know what it is with Liverpool as well? There'll be kids knocking about, and he's just not playing them. And I think that's what's bugging people. Like you've got that Rio and Gamoa, who was actually the best player in pre-season for Liverpool. If you watched anything in pre-season, I know it's pre-season and friendlies. He was the best player. He's getting no minutes.
And then comes out, kicks that game winner against Newcastle.
And do you remember that? It was a great take as well when he took it out and don't play him. What's the point?
And then the bloke sits on the bench for 12 weeks.
Unbelievable. So I don't know what they're doing there. I just feel like they've lost their heads a little bit, and I don't know. Are they waiting until the summer to then, replace the manager? So, I mean, we've not mentioned Isak in that. No, Isak is a fantastic player. He's going to get again. He will. It's just the injuries have messed him up. What happened?
Yeah.
You can blame the preseason thing and whatever. Fine. He was obviously not fully fit, and then this has happened. It becomes a different team if they've got that preseason together and stuff. And again, where I say I'd play Verts off of Ekitike, I'd actually play Ekitike and Isak up front me because I think that is absolutely frightening. With Ekitike just off him, Verts maybe just off him, and you've got that they're the three.
Yeah.
You get what I mean?
You just want to hope.
And them two just off him, that's getting, you got the Firmino tackle. So Firmino will be the Isak. Pinging it, and then you've got Ekitike and Verts off him. Is your replacement as such for the Salah and Mane, if you like.
Yeah. Yeah. You just want to hope the off-season now, Isak can get himself right, whether he can be back in time for it, get himself big off-season, fit, and back to his best to kick off next season. It's
I think he will, me. I think he will. But from a transfer point of view, I don't know. Liverpool need defenders, and they actually need midfielders as well. Like, if you look at the midfielders, McAllister has been shocking this season.
Yeah.
He just don't look interested to me. Gravenberch is not good enough, and I know he did well as the holder, but he got there by default. It wasn't like they went out and bought him as that position, and he weren't playing. He's doing all right, but you'd pick umpteen plate, like what's he called at Chelsea? You'd have Fernandez, the lad they were going to buy and they paid from Brighton. I can't remember his bloody name now. But they'd have him as well. That's how good he is. I can't remember his name. But you'd have all these sorts of players over him any day of the week. That Adam Wharton at Crystal Palace. There's loads of players. Do you know what? Spurs have bought Conor Gallagher, and I was like, I don't think Liverpool should have bought him, by the way, but I'm going, what have you done better than these guys? And then you've got Curtis Jones, who actually has done very well. But again, when you watch him, he's passing it to people who have got players on him, not into space. And I'm going, he's busy, he's doing all right, but is he being actually productive? So that midfield is crap. It's just crap.
Yeah.
Like, they're not.
He's another one, has real moments of brilliance and then moments of absolute shit.
Yeah, I know. I think it's just, I don't know if it's just the mentality at the minute or what, but then you look at Arsenal, and honestly, when I look at Arsenal now, other than if you put like an Erling Haaland, I know he's struggled at the minute, but if you put Erling Haaland in that Arsenal side at the minute, that's some scary side.
Yeah.
If they went out and went big on a striker, it's frightening. Like an Alan Shearer moment, like just go and get an Alan Shearer or someone like that-esque, because that Joker is crap. If you got an out-and-out amazing striker, they'd be scary, because their midfield is quality all over it.
Yeah.
All over it. Class as well. Not just quality, class.
Yeah.
Like Declan Rice, for me, he's one of the best midfielders in the world at the minute.
Yeah, you look at their goal difference, 26, best in the league, but shit, they could have scored a lot more goals.
I know. That Jokerez is not good enough for me. I forget he's even there half the time.
Yeah.
But the defences, the fullbacks are quality. They don't go bombing up all the time. They're just a classy team, Arsenal, if you ask me. Like them two centre-backs, Gabriel and why am I forgetting names?
Martinelli.
Not Martinelli, he's the winger.
Yeah.
Gabriel and Saliba, centre-backs, fantastic players. You rely on them. Whereas at Liverpool could be 3-0 up and you'd still think they could lose this.
That's it. But speaking of Martinelli, I do want to talk about him, because I think a few weeks ago, live on this podcast, I said that Richarlison is the biggest fucking grub in world football. He lost his title. He lost his title to this fucking arsehole Martinelli.
Out of order, that, wasn't it?
Absolute. If he played, if that was against the Bosco Badgers, Martinelli would be fucking dead.
Yeah.
He would be fucking dead.
Yeah.
I know there's a lot.
I mean, there were people coming out and sticking up for him. I think they were trying to just hide it and sort of brush it under the carpet with that. I agree with you. I think that was disgusting what he did. And Conor Bradley's close to our hearts, because Bolton Wanderers made him the player he is today.
Yeah.
He was a lot. He's a good lad, Conor Bradley. And if he goes down, he's not going down because he's pissing about. He's going down.
And that's it. And this is where I felt that Liverpool had lost a bit of heart too. Like, you take the red card and flog that fucker.
For Steven Gerrard would have come on from the subs bench and literally done him more than
Eric Cantona'd him in the face.
Yeah. And that's, I think that's that camaraderie, that teamwork in it, that team desire. Like, if someone touch it, like, that's war for teams. That go in, someone does that to you, saying you're out. And we're not condoning loads and loads of violence in the ocean, but it's not UFC on that football pitch. But there is a right and a wrong, and that's where you go, right, our team is together. And I think Van Dijk's a pussy. I honestly do. I think he gives it all the bravado. A John Terry would not have let that happen. Or he would have. It would have happened, but he would have made sure that guy hadn't forgot about it. That was a proper leader. Van Dijk, I think he's a wet wipe. Honestly,
Yeah,
people give him all these plaudits. If he was in the golden age of the Rio Ferdinands, John Terry's, Maldinis, you'd never even get a look in him. I'm telling you.
that's it. That's it. It was just, and look, I know players roll around the ground and carry on, and there's a lot of theatrics, but you could clearly see.
Yeah.
And he didn't just,
Martinelli does
push
that.
him.
That's what Martinelli would do. He's the one who rolls around.
But he threw the ball at him first.
I know.
Threw the ball at him, then pat him on the back, then kneed him, and then drags him off the field.
Yeah. I don't rate him, that Martinelli, anyway. He's got a bit of skill now and again, and they all go on about him. I think he's shy. He's not he's not a world beater, him. Just looking at all the other players are good. Fucking but he's
so the moral of that is I won't apologise to Richarlison and say that he's still
second on your shit list.
But he's second biggest fucking grub in world football now.
I'm with you, mate. I'm completely with you on that one. Right, before we do our predictions, this one question. So we've both put these on today because you're going visiting your hero today. So I thought I'll go for it with an NBA Vice City jersey.
Yeah, the absolute cracking NBA.
So I'm a Bulls fan, obviously, because I just knew Jordan in the 90s and that. I'm a Bulls fan, and I've got a Miami jersey on. I've got Lakers jerseys and stuff like that. You're a Celtics fan, actually, aren't you?
Yeah,
right?
Celtics fan.
You're a Celtics fan, and you've got multiple jerseys, and you wear multiple jerseys. In fact, I've only ever seen you wear the Celtics one once, where I've seen every other jersey that you've worn loads of other times. My question is football the only sport where you can only wear your team? And if you were somebody else's team, you'll burn in hell for the rest of your life.
100% agree. Football, there's tribalism to football. You have your jersey and your jersey only. And, it may be debatable if you support a team in another league. But the only other jersey I wear is the Forest Green Rovers.
From England?
Because I used to be a volunteer for Sea Shepherd, and I'm vegan.
Sea Shepherd
and Forest Green Rovers were the first team to talk about sustainability and veganism, and they were sponsored by Sea Shepherd. So I have a Forest Green Rovers jersey.
Understood.
I agree. Football, your team, jersey, basketball. It's all about the fashion.
It is, isn't it?
As you said, I support Celtics, but Allen Iverson's my all-time favourite player. He's booked a meet and greet with me today.
You big kid. I can't wait to see that smile on your face. Love it.
You'll often see me in one of the many, many AI jerseys I have.
Show us your tattoo then. Show us your new tattoo as well.
There it is.
He's got
classic number 3, only the strong survive.
Yeah, love it.
But yeah, I've got all the colours of the rainbow from mainly old school ones. Got the great Luke Longley Bulls jersey, Aussie legend.
Aussies are killing it at the minute on the NBA stuff.
And I mean that jersey you've got one of the absolute fire jerseys that's been created.
Jimmy
in the last couple of years.
Butler.
That's
Jimmy where my sign is. My sign is like them colours as well. So
absolutely.
I just love the Vice City stuff, me.
Yeah.
But Jimmy Butler, obviously, the reason why I got his is because he's an ex-Bull as well.
Yep.
100%. So I've got that little bit in there. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, but now he's left us and gone and gone to Golden State Warriors.
Did you see the? So we got slapped against. We just lost, against the Nets, didn't we? And then did you see the next game?
Who'd they play the next game?
But Nets,
it was
that 126.
Oh, the second one against the Nets, because they played again since
the ball slapped them. It was
and that's why basketball's an incredible sport. You can play two days in a row, and you get two incredibly different results.
Yeah, because they were actually beating the Nets in the first game for quite a while, and then they narrowly lost it. And then the second game, they beat them by about 15 points or 14 points. Something like that. It's mad.
And then they won their next game after that.
Yeah, so fair play to them. But I just thought, I'm going to ask, because we're wearing our jerseys today, I thought, I'm getting mad at it and I'm thinking, I couldn't do this if it were football. Just have a random United top there because it's a nice one or something of it. And I will be honest, that when I was a kid, so I had about 11-year-old, I had a portrait done on a family holiday, and I've got a AC Milan top on, which is Van Basten. I don't care what anyone. The retro tops, like the Van Bastens, Ronaldo, R9.
Legendary player
that's fine.
tops.
I think that's fine. That sort of stuff. It still wouldn't be. I wouldn't be walking with a Cantona one.
Yeah,
you know, I won't be doing that. But you get my point. Like if it's Juve or Real Madrid and it's one of the legends, then I'd probably wear them. But other than that, I'd burn in hell if I wore it other than a Bolton top.
Absolutely. And I love seeing you see some young kids getting around these days. They've got a Barcelona jersey on with Man City shorts and a Bayern Munich hat on.
It's funny, isn't it? Bless them.
What are you going for, mate?
They've no respect, those kids. But do you know what they do in England now as well? Like, so say it's your stag do. If you're a Bolton fan, they'll buy you a Wigan kit and make you wear it. And I think, but you're all Bolton fans as well.
Yeah.
What are you doing?
Yeah.
I know it's taking the piss out of him, but...
taking the piss out of everyone.
Well, you all are like knobs then, but no. It is. I think football's tribalism there. It's like just a no-no, innit? No. Right, shall we do our predictions?
Let's rip in.
So, is there a Saturday game for us, or is it just
Saturday night 11:30?
Or is it West Ham?
West Ham Sunderland.
West Ham won, didn't they, against Spurs?
Yeah,
man?
they beat Spurs. And Sunderland beat Palace 2-1.
I don't see West Ham beating Sunderland. No, I think Sunderland are good. I think they're a very good setup. They're a good quality team. I don't see West Ham, and I'm going for a Sunderland win.
Yeah, same. Mark down.
Sunderland win, 100%.
Burnley Spurs.
So Burnley Spurs.
I'm going Burnley.
Do you know what? Burnley, they have a go. That's what they're obviously. I think they're pretty obviously going to go down. You know, they've not got the fire, but they have a go. I think they'll cause Spurs trouble.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm going to go Burnley. Burnley at home.
I'm going Burnley.
I'm going Burnley. I'm on that. Fulham Brighton.
Brighton just their game just finished just before we kicked off. Where are they? Brighton had a 1-1 draw with Bournemouth this morning. Brighton scored in the 91st minute to win that, to draw that.
That one's got a draw all over it, hasn't it? Because they're both side by side, I think, in the league as well.
Yeah, I've tipped Fulham just because they're at home. Yeah.
I'm going to go draw for that one. I'm going to go draw.
I'm going Fulham just because they're at home.
Because at home. Fair play.
That's it.
Then we've got City and Wolves. There's only one winner in that for me. Well done, Wolves.
And it's not football. Football's not the winner.
I think City will be pissed off as well. You know what I mean? Yeah. They'll be pissed off. He's going to... So you would think that the back line's going to be shored up. City will walk them. I think they come back with a statement win on that. Ireland will
get be one of those 6 or 7-0 wins, I reckon, that game.
They're just not going to take the piss. I'm going to say Liverpool win, right? Bournemouth, Liverpool. But I'm not actually convinced. I'm going to be honest.
Same.
I'm not convinced. I'm saying Liverpool win. I'm not convinced. That is is not a sure thing at all. No way. I wouldn't even bet a cup of tea on it.
You'd question if we lose to Marseille tomorrow and then lose to Bournemouth on Sunday.
Slot's gone.
Is Slot the manager Monday?
Slot's gone. If that happens, if that, and it could, if that happens, he's got to go. There's no two ways about it. I do think, Bournemouth have lost Semenyo, but they're well oiled. They've got a good setup. The guys do it all right there. I'm not convinced that Liverpool win it. They're not convinced, but they should win it.
Should win, yeah.
And that's the only thing I'm going off is that they should. And coulda, woulda, shoulda.
Yeah. Then we got Brentford Forest.
Do you know what I like? I like what Brentford are doing because they're going about their business. They've lost a load of players and stuff like that. They're going about.
Well, they're up to 7th now.
Are they 7th?
They're 7th on the table now. So
Keith Andrews manager as well. I didn't know there was
Nottingham Forest had dropped to 17th.
What?
Like Forest are legitimately still in the relegation battle.
I feel like they've been winning as well, but they probably haven't.
They've only won 6 games all year. But
I feel like since Dyche came in, I feel like they've been winning, but quite clearly not as much as I thought.
I keep thinking that it's the Forest of last year where they were right up the top, and
And they're not, are they?
You just keep scrolling.
I mean, I've got to go Brentford there then, because
Yeah,
I mean, just on league
Brentford at
position
home.
alone, but I actually look at them and they do not look like a bad side. Every time,
Well,
that's what I said at first.
if Brentford win, but they could potentially be in fourth spot
What?
with
So
results,
if the other results go for them,
because it's
it could end up.
Liverpool, United, Chelsea. So Liverpool, as we said, anything could fucking happen. United are playing
Wow.
Arsenal, and Chelsea are playing Palace at Palace.
And I'm only backing Chelsea on that.
Yeah.
Palace for me just seem on a bit of a downer. Momentum is everything, even
Yeah.
in all walks of life, isn't it? And I think Palace have got backwards momentum.
Well,
at
they're
the
down to
minute.
13th now.
Glasner spitting his dummy out. He's going. The mentality
Yeah.
side of that, the mindset of it is, we're selling players. That Mateta looks like he might be going to Juventus, which I'm not sure if he can hit a barn door in, but he's a big lump, and he's one of them, like what I were on about with my player Kevin Davis.
Yeah.
He's a big old lump, and I'm not so sure I'd like to play against him.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Whereas like he's not
totally
small, he'd probably bully you a little bit, but if he goes through, he might miss anyway. But I wouldn't like. I think he'd put you through it. But I can't see Palace beating Chelsea.
Nah, me either.
I'll tell you what, who we've not mentioned though, just before we carry on the others, Liam Rosenia, or Rosenia, we used to call him, Rosenia. I don't really know. I knew about him as a player. He was all right, we're no special. He seems like he's come in and done a bit. Seems steady Eddie. 7-year contract.
It's mind blowing given the rate they go through managers.
He's not going to do 7 years, is he?
Hell no. He'd be lucky to be 7 months the way they get rid of managers.
Mad. Is he going to be the right man, do you think? I honestly can't answer it, because I don't want to. I know he's done all right. Was it Strasbourg, who are part of the Blue Corps, which is Chelsea's ownership group? He's done all right there, which I actually like that philosophy, right? Real Madrid used to do, and so did Barca with Pep. They used to let them run the B team, and they sort of nurture them through that, and then they got the big job. I actually like that philosophy, but you're talking about Pep Guardiola, Luis Enrique, right? They weren't best players in the world. They were part of best teams in the world, but they were very, very good players. Rosenior was never that, and I'm not saying a good player makes a good manager, but they did have some sort of pedigree, if you like, behind them when they were doing that. So you're talking Luis Enrique, you're talking Pep Guardiola have done that, and I like that philosophy. Not all Real Madrid managers were always big names.
Yeah.
That's a lot as Zidane's were. Zidane had not managed anyone before he did Real Madrid. So he was just a big name. So I'm not convinced you'd really need a big name manager all the time. I really don't. I think there's golden nuggets hidden about. And I think there's a lot more English managers that are just not given a chance. So I like the fact that he's got it. And I do hope he does very well because of where he comes from and stuff. I'm not 100% because the fucking French league is not the English. It's not like he's been managing it or a B team in England or something and then gone. So I'm not 100%, but I hope he does. I actually do hope he does well.
Yeah, well, you want to hope for the Chelsea fans that so they're not paying a manager for 6.5 years.
There's got to be something in there. They've just got more money than sense, haven't they?
Yeah.
But the philosophy I'm thinking with that is because they are a relatively young team. Will they sort of be nurtured by a younger manager? I don't know, or head coach, whatever they call them these days. I'm not sure.
Yeah,
but we'll see. Newcastle Villa.
Well, I've gone Villa. I mean, they haven't been
Newcastle
fantastic
home,
the last few weeks, but
Newcastle at home,
yeah. Where are they? They're in the same boat as Brentford. They're 3 points out of fourth.
Did they lose the last game or draw it?
Newcastle? They had a 0-0 draw with Wolves.
And that's what, because they were saying they were on his case about it a bit. Newcastle, though, at home are a different pedigree usually.
Yeah, they are.
And with Villa, again, do you remember we mentioned it just a minute ago about the mindset thing with United going to Fulham? I think maybe Newcastle have got a bit cocky playing Wolves. Thought, we don't really need to turn up here because Wolves are shy. And, that mentality can help you. Whereas Villa are flying. Newcastle usually do raise the game and have a go, and they're just born entertainers, Newcastle as a club. So I'm going to go Newcastle. I think Villa's manager in the way what he said the other day. So that's the one. You go Villa. I'm going Newcastle on that one.
Yeah, well, looking at the stats from the Wolves game, they had 67% possession, but only had 2 shots on target.
After that, and they're saying that Voltemada, if you like, he's not fulfilling the Isaac void. Well, he's not gonna, is he? He weren't Isaac, so I don't know. But I'm gonna back them on it. I think they come back with a vengeance, Newcastle. I like them like there's entertainers. Let's see, let's go for that. And then we've got.
Well, I'm sticking with Villa.
You stick with Villa. I'm going Newcastle. So that's an interesting one. It's whoever buys the first Guinness. Then I think on that one.
Yeah.
Arsenal United. I know you want to win. You're in a quandary. No, you're not, because you're not fighting for the league.
No, my God, if we won it from here, that'd be the greatest miracle in football history. It'd be more of a miracle than winning a Champions League from 3-0 down at halftime to the greatest team in football history.
It might happen. You never know. They might sack Slot after the weekend. Steven Gerrard gets the interim head coach manager until the end of the season only, and he wins everything. You never know. Arsenal United.
I've seen this pig that just flew past over here.
Did you say hi to it?
Yeah. Look, I've tipped Arsenal. I think they'll just at home they'll regroup.
Yeah. I think from a United point of view, in this game, and I think United, this is again that mentality thing. I think Man United obviously want to win. I don't think they'll believe they can. But they'll be happy with just a performance, and that's why I think Arsenal beat United in this sort of scenario. But they are better as well. You know, Arsenal are better than Man United all over the pitch. But United's momentum at the minute is not do or die to win, because I don't think they believe it 100%. Because they were way off. So they're living on hopes and dreams and sort of momentum, aren't they? And I think as long as they put a performance in, Man United fans losing that game will look at that game and go, if we lose it, as long as we don't get trounced, and our team show up, put heart and desire in, United fans will be happy. And I think that's why Arsenal win it.
Yeah, and look, I think there's match rounds now that I think are season-defining match rounds. And if you know, as we said, City should trounce Wolves, get themselves before Arsenal play.
Yeah.
Within 4 points. If they smoke Wolves, their goal difference will go ahead of Arsenal. It's 26 to Arsenal 24. So if they win 4 or 5-0, they get within 4 points and a couple goals ahead. That's huge for Arsenal. You lose that, and I think you go on the slide. You win that, and I won't say they're home, but I say they've put themselves to stay 7 ahead.
But is that then if City do win and they become into that fourth place? Because let's be honest, the last couple of games Arsenal have not really turned up massively as such, have they?
No.
Drew against was it?
I think they're three. Are they 3 straight draws?
I think it was, or someone like that.
Well, they had a draw.
So you're thinking, could Arsenal bottle it against United, and then United get the accolades of beating? This is
I feel this. Yeah, same. I just feel this could be a season-defining round.
And this is the beauty. Like when we're saying about Liverpool, and we're saying Liverpool will beat Bournemouth, but we're not convinced. I'm saying Arsenal will beat United, and this is not a stab at Arsenal. This, when I say this next part, is I think Arsenal will beat them, but I wouldn't be surprised if United win that game.
Yeah,
because of the momentum and the way that United had. They're fuckers, aren't they? It's just they annoy you at the time when you don't, and I wouldn't be surprised if United beat it or get a win. They're not going to trounce them. United are not going to trounce that team, and I don't think they'll beat them 2-0, but they could nick a 1-0 win if they play like that with that counter attack. So I don't know. I'm backing Arsenal though. I'm backing Arsenal.
Same. And then Everton leads.
This is a really good game, and I love this one because they're the old boys. I love the originals and that, and I love the sort of big establishments. Everton leads, and they're both doing all right.
Yeah,
so that's a game I'm looking forward to watching, actually.
Yeah, well, Everton are 10th, Leeds are 16th, but there's only 7 points between the two of them.
I mean, Leeds are scoring goals, man. Like,
Yeah.
I think they've got a new fellow up front, but did you see the manager the other day? I think they've got this fellow, and he said his first three matches of the game, he said, yeah, in his first three touches of the game, it looked like he'd never worn a pair of boots before in his life. And he literally gives it away. It's hilarious. But then on his fourth touch, he scores. But it was hilarious. Like,
There you go.
in the first three touches of the game, it looks like he never laced a pair of boots up in his life. Well, it was brilliant how he said it.
What did they? How did they go last game? Leeds. Oh, 1-0 against Fulham. Oh, they scored in the 91st to win it. This is Nemechi, his name, Nemecha.
I mean, Everton would have won. Everton beat Villa, didn't they, the other day?
Yeah.
1-0. I mean, it was one of my best mates went to the Hill Dickinson, the new Everton ground. He said it's unbelievable. I think he'd worked on it anyway, like he's a roofer and that. So
yeah,
he went. He took his kids and he got invited or something like that to some box or something. But he said
Brilliant.
it was absolutely out of this world, and I thought brilliant, fair play to him. It does look the part, assholes. I don't know. I'm leaning towards Everton because it's at home. And obviously the position, I think they're a better team. I'm going Everton, but I think that could be an interesting. I think that'll be an entertaining game. That one.
Yeah, absolutely.
I think it'll be an entertaining game.
And it depends on how my old mate, buddy Calvin Lewis Tampon turns up. Whether
I know.
With the 1 week in,
he is a funny old player, isn't he? Like, he just keeps turning up.
Turn up and get a hat trick, or he'll.
So, who knows? Who knows? But there we have it. So we've got there's a bit of a side bet for Party Guinness on that one as well.
Yeah.
For which rides on which game does that ride
Newcastle
on?
Villa.
Newcastle's game, right? So I'm a Newcastle fan that game. We'll go from there. But let's recap really quickly where football's up to now. And I'm going to finish how we started. United won. Liverpool is still crap. City are weird. And Arsenal we've forgotten about a bit. And I think let's just see what happens in these fixtures and hopefully we get some entertainment because that's what we want, innit?
Absolutely. That's all we want. That's all we want from here, mate.
All we want, brother. Entertain us, baby. Listen, go and enjoy yourself with AI.
Going to.
When he says no, just remember, no means no, right? So if you're asking him for no means no, just get the signature and go, yeah?
And then leave. Well, maybe if he has to say no twice.
Yeah, once he's a question, the other is a telling, innit? That's all. Bless him.
That's
right,
all
enjoy yourself, brother. Much love.
You too,
and
mate.
I will speak to you later. Potato.
Cheers.